Well, good morning to you. It is a Tuesday morning. I feel like it's been a long time since I jumped on here just to kind of give you a daily update. Mainly because there's not anything really to update, but today is a cool-ish morning, and as usual, I'm going to try to work on something that I was supposed to work on last week, which is going to be my Biscotti sweater. So that's the goal today. The goal is to get this sleeve finished or as close to finished as possible. So just dropped off my youngest to work. The middle one, she quit her job, which we're not even really mad at. We'll talk about that a little later, I suppose. But so she's home, but she's also sleeping. And whenever they have the opportunity to just sleep all day, yeah, they do that. So she's not gonna be in my space for a little bit. I am about to make me a cup of coffee because as I watch the budget start to do what it's getting ready to do, I'm like, you got coffee at the house. You have an English muffin at the house. So we're just going to come home daily, make breakfast. And what I did in order to avoid spending out is I left all my debit cards home. All right, let's go make some coffee and then we will meet outside and we will just chitter chatter about the day and the week's activities. Oh, one thing to mention. Thank you, neighbor. So my neighbor bought me, well, she didn't buy me, but she gave my husband this can of coffee, and it's the Cafe du Monde. It's a New Orleans thing, and it's one of my favorite brands of coffee. Where I used to live, they used to sell it in the store, and it was like $10 or maybe $12 a can, but I don't live near that store anymore. And if you know anything about me, which, by the way, my name is Tiffany and the channel is Beyond Swatches. This is primarily a knitting channel, but as of late, since I am unintentionally unemployed or semi on vacation, however you choose to look at it, I am kind of sort of recording just a little bit more regular, daily stuff. Anyway. When I went on my honeymoon to New Orleans, we had their coffee. I was not thrilled with the beignets. Don't come for me. I just am not a pastry person, so maybe that's why. But I was a little underwhelmed. I went to the Cafe du Monde spot with all the powdered sugar, and the coffee was better than the pastry. So I wanted to make sure to get some of the coffee home. We bought 2 cans back then, and I had been looking for it forever and couldn't find it. And lo and behold, one day in a Harris Teeter, that's the name of the supermarket, we found the can, and I was so excited. But yeah, so over the weekend, he went over there for dinner, and she gave him this can. And I was like, oh, well, thank you. So that's what I'm going to have for my coffee this morning. McDonald's don't sell no Cafe du Monde. So I'm going to use my little coffee filter and make me a glorious cup of coffee. A bit of an update. My husband finally got the lawnmower working. Him and my neighbor, I don't know what they did. Apparently there was a screw missing or something. And so it didn't do like it was supposed to do, but they got it fixed. So now it's sitting under a cover like I told them to do last year, but nobody listens to me. So now we are outside. It's a really nice, cool morning so far, not too hot. The sun is starting to come up. I probably need to stop recording and go water my plants. They always say the best time to water is like first thing in the morning before the sun comes up, or later in the evening, you know, after the sun goes down. But I'm talking to you, so the plants will just have to wait. They'll be fine. I watered them 2 days ago. Yesterday was not overly hot, so we should be okay. And I'll check them a little bit later. I'm not going to be out here too long. So the Biscotti sweater, if you don't know already, I finished the one arm. Not blocked, of course, or anything yet, but I finished the one arm, and I am currently working on the second arm. We started my knit along group last night, so in true fashion, one of my OGs from the very first class, Miss Pat, is in there. And Miss Pat, similar to most of us, has, I think, did you tell me 3 to 5 sweaters completed with no sleeves? And they're all just sitting there waiting to have the sleeves done. It's a real thing, y'all. Doing sleeves sometimes is just, ugh. Now, I think she said she doesn't like picking up the stitches. That's the part that's a little, I guess, what stops her. But I just don't like making them. It's smaller, and I prefer to knit them first. So when I don't do that, I feel like it's just torturous. I don't know why. But yeah, but anyway, so this week, let's see what has been going on this week. This weekend, my friend came to visit. Hey, Rach. She probably doesn't watch, but she came to visit, and she's starting her outdoor patio garden. So that was nice. We went over to a local farm and seed type place, and they have literally everything in there. Homemade, a company that sells homemade jams, butters, jellies, that kind of stuff. And I've been threatening to get this jar of honey. It's $32. It is locally grown here in North Carolina. And I wanted to buy it, but I just could not justify the cost. Because the thing is, I'd have to hide the honey because my family sees it and they're like, oh, honey. They treat it like it's a Walmart little golden bear. No offense to them, but this is the real deal, and it's organic and all of that stuff. So $32 for the family just to kind of disregard it and throw it in everything in abundance. My intention for wanting to get it is to make medicine, though. And until I am ready to make it, I figured I should just wait because I don't want it to go to waste. But while we were staring at the little jams and jars, I found some chow chow. I don't know when is the first time I had this thing called chow chow, not the dog, by the way, the condiment. So it is basically cabbage. If you ask me, it's like sauerkraut on steroids. So it has some turmeric in there, some mustard in there, spices and herbs, but it's a cabbage thing. So slap it on a burger, put it on a hot dog. Sometimes you can put it on a sandwich if you like. If you ever go to Jersey Mike's or someplace like that, it's similar to that cherry pepper relish in concept, not in taste, but in concept, it's similar to that. So it's just one of them things you can slather on a bread, on a sandwich, and it gives it a nice little kick and a nice little crunch and taste. So I got a jar of that. That was really nice. I got the hot one. Rachel got the mild one because she doesn't like spicy things, which I love a good spice. If it ain't burning, going in and going out, then it ain't spicy enough. You know what I mean? So that's what I got this weekend. And then we did a little walk through our local downtown area. It's like all of 3 blocks, but it's a cute little quaint, think Mayberry. Like if you ever watch Andy Griffin, it's that. It's like little shops, short buildings with stuff in it. And the stuff that's in there is like things that are homemade and handmade and, boutique-y type stuff. People go thrifting or they buy from like, I don't know where they get this stuff from, but it's that type of stuff. So things for your home, really nice. One day I'll have to go back down there and just take a quick little video of some of the places that we go to. It's a nice walk because it's outside. It's a couple of blocks. You can go up the street and down the street, grab you an ice cream from the local ice cream place. There's a coffee shop. There's a little old school candy shop. Not the prices, just the look. So yeah, just little stuff like that. So it's really nice. So we stopped in a couple of places and she was just having the time of her life. And so was I, quite honestly. It's nice to, take in your local whatever when you can. So we did. I got, let me show you this cute little thing. Very inconsequential, but it was adorable. Look at my little plant tag. It's so cute. And they had a bunch of other different sayings. So feeling cute might die later. I thought that was adorable. I just stuck it over there in my little my Thai basil because she looked like she's dying. I think she got sunburned. Not the Thai basil, the purple basil. The leaves have all but shriveled up. So I have it right now kind of facing away from the sun, hoping that taking it out of the direct sunlight will help. But I don't know. We'll see. So yeah, so that was my little plant tag. She was $3. I got a little picture frame that was like $2. Bought that for my daughter. It's a little light next to a window and it says "Be the Light." That's her type of thing. What else did I get? Oh, we stopped into this place. I really like the concept of it. It's a place where if you're a small business and you make things like jewelry or clothing, knitwear, body butter, like all of that, they have different booths inside. So you can set up a booth and sell your wares. The only thing I don't like about the place is that they close at like 4 o'clock. And this is everything downtown. They all close at 4 p.m. or 5 p.m. And I'm just like, but it's Saturday and we just got started with the afternoon's activities. But my opinion is when you live in a small town and everything is like owned by the locals, they're not trying to stay open all day and night because they also have family to take care of. So it's kind of like we're out here to provide you with a service and to give you whatever, give you the time to get what you need. But we have to go home and take care of our family too. At least that's how I feel about it, because I've lived in cities my entire life. Everything is open to at least 9, 10, 12, on a Saturday. But nope. So good. Cafe Du Monde. I don't like your beignets, but I love your coffee. What was I going to tell y'all? Oh, so my knitting group last night. So, knitting group people. One of you, Miss Netta, I hope you see my email. But I saw when you logged in yesterday, but you were logged into a number that was not the one that I set up for the group. So I don't even know how that happened because I didn't send out the link. I don't know. I don't know how you got a hold of that login information because it's not mine. What I think that is probably my own generic number. But I don't use that number. I use my personal number with the passcode. So please check your email if you're watching. Please check your email. I did send you a screenshot of the actual login information. And then just email me directly if you have issues with it. Our next meet date, I don't have the calendar in front of me because you're on my phone, but yesterday was the 21st. It'll be 2 weeks after that, again on a Monday evening. Unless you all want to change this like a Friday or Saturday, just let me know. But for the 4 or 5 of you who showed up, I will restate it again, like I say in every video and I say it in every class. Do not suffer in silence. If you are getting to a thing in your pattern and you are confused, it's not making no sense, you tried it, it's not working, you tried it 4 times and you just want someone to sit with you while you work through it again, reach out to me. I will log in with you, or I can call you or video chat you or whatever we got to do, and we will get you through whatever that thing is. For those of you that are working on the tank top, I probably shouldn't hear from you for a good long while because you're literally just knitting it around for like miles. But we did have a nice little turnout. It's always nice to just meet you all in person. I just want to restate that. Like, I love just logging on and seeing that first face pop in and it's like, oh, hey, Miss So-and-so, or hey, how you doing? I just love that. I love that my community is feeling like a community and not just an online space. It's nice to kind of put a face to the name and know who these comments are coming from, where I can call you by name. Everybody else knows you as user 1234, but I know you as whatever your name is, and I love that. So thank you for joining. Thank you for trusting me to help you, guide you, direct you, however you want to say it. But I just like to meet people like myself who love to knit, but you're a beginner and you just don't know what to do and you're a little nervous, and Again, I don't know everything. I know not everything at all, but I've tried a lot of things. And from what I've tried, I figured let's share my experience, and hopefully that comes across well. I did mention a couple videos ago that this will be the last free class. So hopefully you all will be still able to stick around for when things change a little bit, but my life has changed, my circumstances changed, and so I must change with it, of course. But nothing too out of the wall, off the wall, or whatever. I'm not trying to become an empire or anything, but I am just trying to compensate for some of my time. So hopefully you can respect that, and I can still see you, grow with you, etc. I think we just have a good time. It's just a lot of us, we have our online knitting people that we watch on YouTube and stuff like that, but we don't have people in person that we meet up with. We don't, there's not people that you can connect with that share your passion or even your likes and dislikes, I try to keep a space where it's very positive, very comical, very respectful. I say it at the beginning of every group, just stay kind and respectful, respect people's differences. But we do not do religion and politics in the groups because I don't want anyone to feel offended by anything that's said. And that's just how I prefer to keep it. When I talk to my personal friends, of course, we talk about all kinds of stuff. But in a public space, until you become like that, it's just better to avoid sensitive topics for the sake of respect. And I hope you're okay with that. I just hope you're okay with that. So yeah, so this Biscotti sweater is coming along really nicely. I'm trying to get down to 21 rounds from where I picked up, and then I will start my decreases according to my notes. One of the ladies in the group yesterday, she mentioned that she uses Knit Companion to do like her tracking and stuff. So what app do you use to track? Are you a Knit Companion person? I use my row counter. My row counter app, and I paid for the yearly subscription, is $10 a year, and it connects to Ravelry, so you can just import your pattern from there. But I also use my Dropbox to house my patterns. No particular reason why. I think because at one point I was having issues with my phone, and when I had to get rid of that phone, I lost everything that was on it. So I was like, well, if you save it, even though it's in Ravelry, but what if the internet ain't working? I have everything in my Dropbox. So my Dropbox syncs all of my devices, and I can put my videos in there when I'm on the go and stuff like that. So that's what I use for my patterns. If I'm on my tablet, I use my GoodNotes app, and I use my row counter app. My row counter, it does sync. It just takes a second for everything to kind of officially update. So you just got to keep refreshing it. The paid version just allows you to use your highlighter. Nope, you use your highlighter anyway. I think it allows you to save notes. I've had it for so long. I don't know what the free version is compared to what the what the paid version is. But for $10 a year, it serves this purpose for me. I'm able to import what I need. If you're a good student and you have your needles and your yarn all put into Ravelry, you can kind of use it to track, are you using from stash, that kind of stuff. I'm not that person. But yeah, so nothing else really going on for me this week. I did consider taking some classes, like going to school again to kind of pick up a different type of trade. So I've worked in customer service and like business administration and stuff. But I thought about trying to take like maybe an HR course just to kind of get a feel for what that industry is like. So me and my middle daughter went to the local community college, and I think I would enjoy it. I haven't been in school in I don't know how many years, if not a decade by this point. But I do feel like I have just enough brain power left to probably learn one more thing. Because when I had my previous job, I had to get my life insurance license in order to do that job. And I had to study for that and sit for that exam. And I was like, oh man, I don't know if I got the brain power for this. I'm 45 years old. I don't feel like it. Well, now I'm 48, about to be 49. And I'm just like, is there any more space left in this brain? Because if I had to do it, you just do what gotta be done. So, but anyway. So yeah, this will be my day. Just out here chilling for now. Let's look outside. Hold on. So that's my neighbor's house over there. Those are my two towers. My little garden area needs some straightening up, but we'll work on that in a little bit. It's supposed to rain the next 2 days, so says my knee. I wanted to show y'all this too because I was so excited. Look at my little blackberry. She is just showing off with all these buds and blooms. I'm hoping that this means I'll have blackberries on all of this. She leans all the way down here. Like, this thing is ridiculous. It's this long. See that? She's huge. So we're just gonna leave her there and let her do her thing. But yeah, so look at my grass. He finally cut it. My lone little table. That is going in the garbage. It has rusted over. Because my husband he refuses to cover stuff up. I don't know what his issue is, but it rusted over. That's my little fire pit. My little fire pit, let me tell you about my fire pit. So when I got the fire pit, I got it from my job. They give you like thank you points and you use it in like the company store or something like that. And all of my thank you points equal to whatever the amount was, and I was able to get a fire pit. And this is actually my second one. The first one we had, he did not cover and it got rained in. It was a little cheaper though. This one is a little bit better quality. So yeah, we got a good fire pit now. And I just have to get a couple of chairs to put around it to sit outside. Oi, my knee. Okay. That little dirt patch back there, if y'all know anything about septic tanks and septic lines, because that's what I have, I always wondered, can you plant in there? Because that's where the septic lines are, I believe. And so it grows really well. But I don't think you should plant in that. I don't know. Wanted to show you what I put out yesterday. What are those? Is that a tomato? Those are peppers. Those are peppers. They're called gang bao peppers. Can you see that sign? Gong bao pepper. And I have 3 of them. So yeah, so they're in there. I'm hoping for the best. I went ahead and put some dirt around the tomatoes in here, but I will be coming through here later today and cleaning out all this extra grass because I wanted to put it in the ground just to see how it would do. It looks like it's still okay. I got some dead leaves, but you know, I'm still suspecting that it's because of this extreme weather change that we had in the last couple of days, last week. I also have my Thai basil, which I'm hoping that this doesn't mean these are seeds because it's like going to seed. But I think that's what's happening. And I'm a little upset about that because it started growing as soon as I planted it. It started growing. So I don't know if it's just too hot for it and that's why it's doing that. But it is what it is. That is a giant tomato that I just found. It's called a Whopper, and it shows the size of that thing. It looks huge and I can't wait to eat it. And those are my corn stalks. I'm so excited. Corn, me. I planted 4. I only got 3. So we'll see. And this right here, this one and this one is my gladiolus bulbs that I planted that I got from Dollar Tree. Nope, Dollar General. So yeah. So now we are just going to be watering these babies because they need some water before the sun fully comes up, and that's it. So yeah, so that is pretty much all I got going on out here, just putzing around the yard as the old folks used to say. So that's what I'll be doing. Knitting on my sweater before the heat comes up, drinking on some coffee, and watering my babies, my plant babies. Anyway, so yeah, so that is all that I have going on for the day. Nothing impressive by any stretch of the imagination, just regular old people life over here. And gonna try to finish this sweater. I'm not gonna finish it, but I'm gonna try to at least get to the decreases on the arm. If I could at least get to the decreases, we'll call that a success. So thank you for spending some time with me. I hope that you enjoy the rest of your day or your week. I more than likely will be jumping on a live tomorrow, which is Wednesday. And I will probably do it in the middle of the day like I did before, hoping that it doesn't rain. For whatever reason, I like to be live outside. I just think it's an energy that comes with being outdoors and chit-chatting with your friends. So if you want to come and join, that would be great. Just pop your head in and see if I happen to go. It just depends on the weather though. So if it's raining, then no, I won't go live. But if it's not raining, we can come out here and cut up a little bit for your lunch break. Maybe that. Go onto the website and sign up for the subscription thing. That way, if I have any updates to give you about anything that I have going on, you will be the first to know. And also keep your eye out for the Ko-Fi announcements when I start putting the tiers together, so you can see how to support if you care to support. And there's always links in the description. I try to put it in a pinned comment about how you can just make a regular one-time donation if you choose to. But I would hope that you would like to join into this chaotic little knitting world that I have going on, and we could just spend some more time together a little bit more routinely as opposed to sporadically as I currently do. So yeah, so that will do it for today, and I will see you in the next video or the next live. Bye.